while I've got you, I've got to touch on Tyson Fury's comeback. You said how Dubois beats him. Are you interested in
Yeah,
the comeback? Do you want to see him against Usyk, or was it just the AJ fight? What do you want for Tyson Fury?
fight Daniel Dubois.
Hmm.
Forget. Listen, boxing's a business, okay? And obviously, the money fight is the AJ fight.
Yeah.
That's the fight everybody wants to see. However, let's just say Dubois wins at the weekend. If he pulls it off, then all of the four belts in Daniel Dubois' hands. So if Fury wants to fight on, then he's got to fight Daniel Dubois because Dubois is the belt holder. Unless he just wants the payday and then he goes, "You're right, I'll fight Joshua," because everybody knows Fury v AJ is the money fight in the heavyweight division. For the world and their brother want to see that fight. Unfortunately for those two, none of them hold belts. So it would, if they do fight, it's for a vacant. No, it's not even a vacant title. They're just fighting in a 10 round international. Who cares? But when you've got the belts on the line, then it's a completely different scenario. The problem the both of those guys have got: A, they've both been beaten by Usyk, and B, Dubois beaten AJ, and I feel he would beat Fury. So, you can't really play devil's advocate. I don't think you can't really look past Saturday night because I don't see Dubois coming out victorious.
Yeah. Now, I know you say Dubois wins. When we spoke to Tyson Fury, he said that he boxes Dubois' head off, and that the style of Dubois doesn't suit a fight with Tyson Fury. How do you think, like I say, you don't want to look past Saturday, but how do you think Dubois actually would come through Fury? Is it the power? Is it the technique? What is it?
This version of Daniel Dubois beats everybody else with the exception of Alexander Usyk, Fury included. As I said before, I have no hesitation saying he would smash Fury to pieces. He'd walk right through him, because what Tyson Fury does, if you look at what Usyk did, the small guy. I mean, the small guy gave away 4 stone in weight when he boxed Fury, right, and still beat him. Daniel Dubois is a big, meaty, two-fisted, hungry dinosaur. And that guy, when he brings the heat, he brings the heat. You've seen it. He slapped Anthony Joshua to pieces. He done the same with who's the guy that he boxed before Joshua? I forget his name.
There was Hergovich, yeah.
Hergovich, right? Yeah, he destroyed Hergovich. He ruined that guy. He may never be the same Hergovich after what Dubois done to him. So Dubois' confidence right now, like I say, it's exactly where it should be. Daniel Dubois is not scared of anybody. If you see him at the press conference when he faced Usyk, bearing in mind Usyk has a win over him, he's shouting at him, he's pushing him around, he's trying to show him who the boss is. This isn't the sign of somebody who doubts themselves. This is a sign of a guy full of confidence. He's the right side of 30, okay? So Dubois got so much going for him right now. If he fights AJ, Fury, any of the old crew, Dylan White, any of those guys, they're all in trouble. All of them. He'd probably fight them all on the same night and beat all of them. But listen, he's got to get past Usyk first. Can he do it? I sincerely doubt it. I wish him all the best. I hope I hope he proves me wrong. I really would love to be proved wrong, because Dubois is one of them guys. His personality is just a very quiet, softly spoken. He's the good guy of the heavyweight division. You're never going to hear him being out in nightclubs or doing drugs or drinking himself to oblivion. Or no, Dubois carries himself like a true champion, and I really respect that. So listen, Saturday night, I can't wait. I'll be tuned in, glued to the TV set. Can't wait. Might even get my brother down and we'll enjoy the fight.
Definitely. Well, I've got you another man whose name is flushing through the media right now. Benn, obviously, since fight with Eubank Jr., he is one of the biggest names in British boxing right now. There's reports that that fight might be coming to a standstill. He was speaking to Shakur Stevenson about them maybe meeting. If you're advising Benn, what would you do at this point in his career?
What would I do with Conor Benn? If I was Conor Benn and I had his money, then surely I'd be saying to myself, I need to legitimize my career with a bona fide world title. I need one of the 4 world title belts. Now, the welterweight division, that Hennis, is it Hennis? What's his name? Forget his name.
John Ennis, yeah.
Ron Hennis, right? He's vacated the belts, I'm told, right, and moved up to like middleweight. the super welterweight division. So those 4 belts now have become vacant. His team should be able to maneuver him into a position where he could fight for a vacant title. The question has to be said, who would he fight for the vacant title at welterweight? I don't know if he can actually make welterweight anymore, actually, thinking about it, because he's bounced up to nearly super middleweight and fought Eubank, right? So for him to come back down to 10 stone 7, that's not going to happen. Forget what I've just said. That's not going to happen. He doesn't have a career at welterweight anymore. And listen, you can call out Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson's only a junior lightweight or a lightweight, right? 9 stone 9. So he's got to call out guys that are in his weight division. You can bully those little guys easily because, you know, they're lightweights. Listen, I wouldn't, because he'd probably batter me. Shakur Stevenson I'm talking about. But no, listen, fight a junior middleweight. Call out the junior middleweights. Call out the middleweights, because that's where your career's going. That's where your weight division is now. You're not a welterweight anymore. At best, you're probably a light middleweight. Come middleweight, stroke middleweight. You want to fight, you want to be able to eat and drink what you want, then that's the weight you've got to compete at, probably 154.
Brilliant. Now, last 2, there's some big fights coming up. Obviously, Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring this weekend. I was wondering, what do you make of that? Obviously, he is returning after a few years out of the ring. What do you make of that?
Well, you know, again, I don't want to pour cold water on Pacquiao because he's a modern day great. He's an 8 division world champion. He's an old man. Yeah. You know, old man. He's been retired for 7, 8 years or whatever it is. He should have stayed retired. You know, from an emotional standpoint, I hope he wins. I really do. But he never looked great in his last fight, Pacquiao. He looked like an old man. And if he can't beat Barrios, which I don't think he will, because Barrios is a little bit younger, early 30s. So I think Pacquiao probably gets beat. If it's a close fight, they might give it to Pacquiao. See what I mean? You know, for sentimental reasons. then he's a 9-time champion. Do you see what I mean? Where does it start? Where does it stop? Listen, I'm a Pacquiao fan. I love the guy to bits. I love his style. I love everything he stands for. He is and was an amazing champion. How can you go through 8 weight divisions and still be crowned world champion? Listen, it puts a lot of others a lot of other boxers' careers in some kind of perspective. But you really have to take your hat off to Manny Pacquiao. Like I say, I admire him immensely.
Definitely. And then last one, another man moving up in weight, Terence Crawford, obviously the massive fight of the summer, Canelo Alvarez. Will that be too big of a jump for him?
No, I don't believe it will be too big a jump for Terence Crawford. You know, fighters like Crawford don't come along that often. You know, special fighters. You got your world champions, then you got your special world champions. Now, I haven't seen anybody, with the exception of the late great Marvin Hagler, move as effortlessly from southpaw to orthodox. That kind of a style, speaking from experience, will give anybody nightmares. The worst thing you want to do, or the last thing you want to do as a fighter, is to fight a southpaw full stop. But when the southpaw switches to orthodox, then switches back to southpaw, particularly when they do their inside work, you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know whether you're going to get hit with a left hook or a right hook, a right uppercut or a left uppercut. Terence Crawford does that so well. For me, I think he beats Canelo. I think Canelo's definitely slipping. I think his work rate has dropped off alarmingly. I think he relies on his power far too much. He can't ignite that spark anymore. He's probably earned far too much money for me, Canelo, and probably goes to bed in silk pajamas, as marvelous Marvin Hagler used to say. It's hard to get up at 5 a.m. and do your road work when you're wearing silk pajamas. So I think he's far too comfortable now. Like I say, there's only so many times you can go to the well, and you can talk a great fight. When the bell goes and these corner stakes are set back, then he's faced with Crawford. Crawford will fight the fight of his life. Canelo's had the fight of his life. He's done that. That we've seen that fire ignited in him time and time again. I think this is that one fight too far for Canelo, and this is why Crawford is so confident about jumping up 2 weight divisions. He said to himself, you know what, it ain't really that big a deal, and it's probably not. And anybody will tell you that's moved through weight divisions. When you move through the weight divisions, you gain strength. You gain strength. I don't see Crawford slowing down. I see it as a good fight, a competitive fight. I don't think he stops Canelo, because nobody knocked Canelo out or knocked him down. But I see him beating Canelo on points.
Definitely, Duke. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I do really appreciate your time today.